What's going on, guys? Welcome to the 10th episode of the Playmaker Journey. Would you believe that 10 episodes of the sealed only? Neither do I. We're really persistent. Episode 10, very special one, and it wouldn't be a special episode if I had not deleted or lost footage. And yes, I lost footage again. So, sorry about that. I'll explain that during the opening. We still have some opening being done. We have a lot of guests today. I have a duel against the viewer, and then we had a remote duel against Ecorion. He's doing singles only heroes. I only show a piece of the duel, and you can check the whole remote duel on his video. I also have Professor Bonsai, we have BenjiMan's Corner, and we also have Dino DNA by ThePokéMonarch. I really appreciate that the guys had the time to have those matches, so let's just enjoy. Once again, yes, I lost some footage. I'll explain that in the opening segment. I hope you enjoy. I'll also have a full deck profile just to compensate for that. You can check the timestamps. One last thing, thank you so much for all the support to this point. We're almost at the 400 subscribers mark, so if you haven't, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment. It really helps. Thank you so much, and let's go into the VRAINS. Yes, guys, it happened once again. This time not only I deleted all the packs openings, basically I saw something and it was a mistake, and I was like, okay, I don't need this footage anymore, so I deleted it, and a few weeks ago I turned off backup in the cloud, so yay. So I'm going to basically tell you what happened. We opened the structure deck sold, but finally to get a Salamangreat Engine is going to help the deck a little bit, improve in some combos that we can get into. So we were opening this and two special editions of Ignition Assault to try to get Code Talker inverted. And spoilers, here it is. We got them. Yay! This was, I think, 10 days ago, and when I started editing, I was like, okay, cool, but where's the footage? Okay, cannot be found. I am sad about this, but luckily I had more than one soul burner structure deck, because in case I want to play Salamangreat in time one day, and because of the ashes. So I am going to do the unboxing and checking of this deck, and to try to compensate I will make a full deck profile, enjoying it, episode 10, so it's kind of interesting. So let's see, here we have our beginner's guide. We don't need that, we're not beginners. Hey. We have our cool Mirage Stalio and Hit Leo playmat. So we have one ban card on the left and one not that good card on the right. Also, what do you guys think of this playmat? You have seen this on the remote duels, but not in an unboxing yet, I believe. And here we have the Salamangreat Hit Leo for our Salamangreat Soulburner structure deck. Don't worry, I won't be taking extras from this, so I will only have one Ash in my possession. But I am going to do this because, well, otherwise I could just jump into the duels. So we have a Salamangreat Hit Leo, a Salamangreat Mirage Stalio. The first card we were looking for from the structure deck, the Salamangreat Balinks. This opens up so many doors in the question, in the thing of like doing a Link 1 play, because our Link 1s are not that generic, and this one is very generic for our deck, so this is one of the cards we are going to put on the deck. Second one is obviously the Salamangreat Gazelle. It's a actually good starter from the deck for the deck, not as good as the Lady Debug, but we can still do some really cool combos with the Gazelle, followed by the Salamangreat Spinny. Send it to the graveyard. Like, summon Gazelle, send this to the graveyard, special summon Balinks, get Spinny back, Splash Mage. Salamangreat Circle, won't be using this, even though we could maybe use it to add the Salamangreat cards to our hand. I rather just put the monsters, at least for now, it's always a possibility. Salamangreat Roar, not playing that one because we're not using the links. And then we have Raccoon, Mole, Fall, Beat Bison, Mia, Foxy, Falco, Jack Jaguar, Wolvie, Perro, Foxer, and that's it for the Salamangreats. Then we have a True King, a Dorogon, Flameville, Fancy Fire Ferret, Inferno, Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, our first Ash that joined the deck. So basically going to the place of one of the Veilers, a very more versatile hand trap instead of the Veiler. Red Resonator, Volcanic Shells, and the last card we're getting from this is the Formud Skipper. You can use this into a Link 1 and add the Parallel Exceed from the deck to the hand. I could consider using the Sanctuary, but the current build, since we don't have Cynet Minings yet, we cannot use this as Discard Fogger. And so we'll probably not be running this for now, maybe when we get our minings. More than that, not much we could use, not even for the side, and we also have another Duelith Chimera, Flame Administrator, and another Salamangreat Leo. I like this art more than the other one. But yeah, these are the cards that will be added to our deck. So I'll just clean this up and show you guys how the deck is looking now, because there have been a lot of changes lately. I'm gonna show you now how our deck is looking after 10 episodes. Believe me, it's a lot different than episode 1, you can bet on that. So we have 2 microcoders, still looking for the third one, 1 Code Radiator, possibly might wanna go for a second one in the future, and 3 Code Generators. Right now running 3, maybe can go to 2, depending, like change one of here, and we also of course need the third microcoder, so those are our MIDI coders, as I like to call them. 3 Lady Debug, basically best normal summon we could have. Summon this at any of the MIDI coders and deck goes brr. 3 Cyberse Gadget, basically it's not as good as a starter, but now that we have Code Talker inverted, it can do a lot of things. Not the best one to start, but even him can start the game for us. Now we have a few one-ups, so we have Balancer Lord and the Salamangreat package. So Balancer Lord can grant us a extra normal summon, Gazelle can send Spinny to the graveyard, and even if you don't have any of these, if you have any extender and you can make Bail Links with the Gazelle in the hand and go into anything else, you can then play the Gazelle and send the Spinny to the grave. So very cool interaction / combo. And for the rest of our extenders, we have 2 Parallel Exceed, 2 Backup Secretary, 1 Formud Skipper, oh and now it's basically a bunch of one-ups, 1 Dotscaper, 1 Armored Bitron, 1 Gatchiri Antagonist, 1 Sea Archiver, 1 Cross Debug, 1 Cyberse Converter. Those are all the extenders we're using. Basically, we are only missing a Wind attribute one, but we don't have Xcode yet. So that's something that we are going to look for into the future. And for our hand traps, we have the 1 Ash and 2 Veilers. Those at some point I would like to change for more Ashes, but it may take a while. Now for the spells, we're running a 1-for-1, Monster Reborn, Cosmic Cyclone, Book of Moon, Cynet Optimization, and of course 3 Cynet Codex. One thing that I'm thinking about is maybe cutting the codex down a little bit, but I really want to get to still have them because I like to see them in my starting hand before getting the minings. But yeah, mining is basically should be one of our #1 priorities at this moment. And last but not least, we have 3 traps, being 2 compulsory evacuation device. These have been very good for us, so not cutting them that early. And of course 1 Cynet conflict that can put a Omni Negate on the board. Why not, right? And for our extra deck, oh shoot, it's in the wrong order, sorry. Woo. For our extra deck, we start with 3 link ones, being Talkback Lancer, the Salamangreat Baylynx, and the Link Spider. This one is here as a Nibiru protection till we can get something better. This one can reoccur our monsters from the graveyard, and this is the new addition that will allow us to start comboing a lot easier than before. For our Link 2s, we have 1 Update Jammer, 1 newly added Code Talker Inverted, and 1 IP Masquerena. Those are the ones that are only 1 copy of each. And then of course we have 2 Splash Mages and 2 Code Talkers. I've been thinking of cutting one of these into just one, but could not find the courage. There are so many games that I summon all of them that I'm like, that's kind of hard. And then for our Link 3s, we have 1 Shooting Code Talker, 1 Trigate Wizard, and not 1, but 2 Transcode Talker. This is basically one of the best Link trees we could have. We're using Shooting Code as a way to add Code Radiator to the hand, which can negate the effects of an opponent monster, so yeah, we're definitely keeping this. And last but not least, we have him, the one and only Cyberse Code Talker, our main boss monster, game finisher, the one and only. He's here, and GG, have no fear. So yeah guys, this was the quick deck profile, not quick exactly, but the deck profile that I wanted to share with you guys, just to show how far the deck has come. I believe we only have like 5 cards from the first version of the deck that are still in the main deck, that being 2 Veilers, 1 Book of Moon, and 2 Compulsories. So we have 35 different cards than what we started in the main deck, and we only have 1 card from the extra deck. So that's a lot of difference. So yeah, now let's jump right into the games. Once again, sorry about deleting the footage. I swear one day I'll stop doing that. Okay, let's play some games guys, into the VRAINS. So as I mentioned in the intro, here is a small part of a remote duel that I had against Ecorion. The link for his channel, it's on the description. I'm discarding a no material targeting malicious. It cannot be used as a material for any kind of summon this turn. Yes, he got gnomed. He goes into the club of the gnomed guys. So now let's go back to EDO Pro and check on the other games with all the other guests. Our first match is against Lord Kenny, and he's playing Pendulum Best deck. We ash his Pendulum Call and he passes. Sadly, our hand is not one of the best ones, so we can only Link Shokan a Baylynx and pass. He is going to set 2 Time Pendulum Graph, which will do sadly nothing, so we go into Code Talker, triggering the Parallel Exceed that we just draw and the CR Kyber in the grave. We get our second Parallel Exceed. We Link Shokan into Splash Mage. We get Microcoder. Microcoder will trigger adding a Cyberse Gadget from the deck to the hand. We can then activate Cynet Optimization and normal summon the Cyberse Gadget and get Microcoder once again back. Using the effect of Transcode Talker, we get Splash Mage and Link Shokan into Trigate Wizard. Then we Link Shokan into Shooting Code Talker, and then Access Code Talker going in for Leto. Game 2, and he chooses to go first. He starts with Oath Dragon Magician, followed by Duelist Alliance, and then a Pendulum Call. After adding 2 Magicians to his hand, he scales a Time Gazer Magician and do a Pendulum Shokan for 2 Magicians. Then he goes for an Ixi's Shokan for a Time Star Magician. Then he goes into a Link Shokan for a Crystal Hawk Fibrex, and then a Aurora Dorn. His Deskbot 001 comes back. He then Synchro Shokans into Herald of the Arclight. He has done 4 types of special summon.
He gets Deskbot back once again, goes into his second Synchro Shokan of the turn, into a second copy of Herald of the Arclight, and then Synchro Shokans into Borload Savage, and it's still going to Synchro Shokan once again into Crystal Quandex. He has 3 negates and 4 Synchro Shokans in the same turn. All he's missing is a Fusion and a Wow, and a Ritual. Wow. So he decides to go into his Cosmic Blazer Dragon during our turn. And talking about the Ritual, would you look at his hand? He has Chaos Max Dragon, Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon on his hand. We still try to do some stuff. We have Spinny, so we link Shokans into Baylink so we can discard Spinny and bring it back. We then go into Code Talker Inverted and summon the Cyberse Gadget from the hand. He then negates the effect of Code Talker. At this moment we didn't have much to do, so we did summon a Shooting Code to draw a card. We draw into a Compulsory and we set it. So he starts by doing a Pendulum Shokan for Harmonizing Magician and White Wing Magician, Xyz Shokan for Time Star Magician, Chaos Form for Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, negates our Compulsory, and then he summons a Chronograph Sorcerer and is able to summon Supreme King Zark. The guy did it. He did all types of special summon. And now we are at 1-1. Game 3, and we choose to go first, which was actually a good decision based on the fact that we have Cynet Conflict and Compulsory in the hand. We normal summon Lady Debug and go into a Splash Mage. Splash Mage is going to get Microcoder, Code Talker, Link Shokan, use the effect, get Splash Mage back. We can now Link Shokan into Code Talker Inverted, summon the Cyberse Gadget, get a token, and we have a Target Wizard. So we have Targeting Protection, a Cynet Conflict, and a Compulsory. We Conflict, he is Pendulum Call, all he can do is normal summon a double Iris Magician and pass. We summon Lady Debug, get the Spinny, we go into a Baylynx and we discard Spinny to summon the Gazelle by its own effect. We go into an Update Jammer and use that Update Jammer to go into a Access Code Talker that can attack 2 times, which is not needed. We have Lethal. 1-0, let's go! Our second match is against ArtistWithAfro, also known as Professor Bonsai. He's doing sealed only Ancient Warriors, link in the description. He finished his first turn with a Fire Formation, Taking, and a Salamangreat Almirage. We normal summon Balancer Lord, get into a Armored Bitron, which is ashed, but then we go into a Baylynx, triggering the Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed will bring a second copy of itself. Splash Mage can bring back Balancer Lord, goes into Code Talker, gets Splash Mage back, use Gatchiri at Ignister, Link Shokan into Trigate Wizard, Link Shokan into Update Jammer, and Link Shokan into Access Code Talker to go into the battle phase. GG. OTK. Game 2, we are made to go first, so we activate a Cynet Code Deck and normal summons Lady Debug. This is basically the best starting combo possible that we have access to. We Link Shokan, Code Talker, special summon Backup Secretary, triggered this Archiver, Link Shokan into Code Talker Inverted. That will allow us to special summon Balancer Lord. We can pay 1000 life to normal summon Cyberse Gadget, which will bring Microcoder back. Then we can summon Cross Debug and Link Shokan into Splash Mage, go into Code Talker, Cynet Code Deck keeps triggering. We go then into a Trigate Wizard, Link Spider activate, Gatchiri goes into Shooting Code Talker, Cynet Code Deck triggers once more, and now we set a Cynet Conflict. We still don't have the negate here. He starts with a Dark Rule or more, and when he summons Sunmo, we conflict it. So he's obligated to pass, so we Link Shokan into Access Code Talker, trigger the effect, and go in for the battle phase to finish the game and take the match. 2-0. Our third match is against a returning champion, that being BenjiMan's Corner and his Dragon Link updated deck. We start by going into Code Talker and Cynet Code Deck, active Link Shokan Code Talker, use its effect to get back the Code Talker from the grave. We then activate Cross Debug and the Gatchiri at Ignister. We go into a Tri-Gate Wizard, Code Talker inverted, got a Cyberse Converter, and all we were missing was one more monster to go into the perfect Omni-Negate with Tri-Gate Wizard. So he starts by sending Absorbor to the grave, he then normal summons a Rocket Tracer and uses a Cosmic Cyclone and makes this very interesting interaction where he can destroy the Cyclone and it still banishes our card because destruction does not negate, or removal also. Yeah, you got it. So he Link Shokens into Borrow Sword and a Borrow Load Savage. And he goes and I think like, oh shoot, this is game 1. But no, actually it was not. We end up with 200 life. So we are going to draw into Cyberse Gadget. We normal summons it and activate the effect. He chooses not to negate. We then use Code Radiator. But we made the chain where he would be negating the token. We didn't need the token. So we can Link Shoken into Code Talker, get Tri-Gate Wizard back, special summon backup secretary, Link Shoken into Code Talker co-linked with Tri-Gate 10k plus damage on Borrow Sword. Game 1. Game 2, we are made to go first and we have once again the best opening possible on the deck. Cynet Codec plus Lady Debug. Link Shoken into Code Talker, adding Cynet Conflict. No, yes, adding Cynet Conflict and a Cross Debug. We just set the conflict and pass because we have Veiler, we have Schoolmeister, and we have the conflict. He does get rid of our Code Talker and we cannot use the conflict, but that's okay. He then proceeds to use a Called by the Grave on Lady Debug, preventing us from using her effect to add something. At this point, I maybe could have done something, I'm not sure, I don't think so. I could have go to the Balinks, but that would not be enough. He tries to use Absorbor effect, we Schoolmeister it, he destroys Lady Debug and passes. We get Code Radiator, which now can do stuff. So we normal summon the Gazelle, sending a Spinny to the grave. We then Link Shoken into Splash Mage, get Microcoder back. Cynet Codec is going to trigger. We get Code Radiator. Code Generator. We bring Splash Mage back. We go into Code Talker Inverter, targeting his triple burst dragon to go to 0 attack and have its effects negated. So now we can use Cynet Optimization, summon Cyberse Gadget, get Microcoder back, get Cross Debug on the field, go into a Update Jammer, get a token, make the token into Talkback Lancer, Tri-Gate Wizard, and access Code Talker with Update Jammer. So once again, we can basically attack in the 0 attack, doing double damage thanks to Tri-Gate Wizard. And that's 3-0 for the episode. And for our final match of the episode, we have the ThePokéMonarch. He's doing sealed only Dino DNA, link in the description. Go check him out. We are going first. I don't remember if I choose or if we were made to. So we try to go into the Tri-Gate Wizard Omni-Negate board, and this time we are able to, after a few readjustments, of course. But it was possible, that was the interesting thing. Because like we get a Code Talker here, so now we can use the effect of Transcode, right? To bring Code Talker inverted and go into the Tri-Gate Wizard, go here and use Transcode plus to go into an access code. And we have a Cosmic Cyclone and a Cynet Conflict. He starts by using Terraforming and activating the best card in the game, Mystic Mine, which we negate with Cynet Conflict. He then sets on card, but we do activate Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of it. We draw into a backup secretary. At this moment he uses Veiler on access code, so it will drop in attack. And I did some bad decisions at this moment, but yeah. He gammas our Splash Mage, we don't have much to do, so we just pass back to him, and suddenly access code will not gain his attack back. And now he has access to full combo Dino DNA, that being Lost World, Misk, Baby Saurus, the whole shebang. See as he dares, he summons Access Code Talker of his own, goes into the battle phase, destroys everything and kills us with Access Code, taking game 1. Game 2, we make him go first, which I will note that is never a good decision against a deck like Dinos that can put so many interruptions in the board. But it's okay. We Veiler his Oviraptor and end up with a token. We normal summon Balancer Lord, use its effect, normal summon Microcoder, go into Code Talker, adding the Code Radiator, Lady Debug, I'm not sure. I totally missed that mark, sorry. We go into Transcode Talker brings Code Talker back. We get Access Code. Access Code will use its effect, we can attack into Oviraptor, and we leave him with 1400 life. Thing is, 1400 is not 0, so on his turn he can basically do Lost World plus Oviraptor, and that's full combo for the Dino plays. But the timer went out, and 1-1. So we go for the last game of the episode, the tiebreaker between me and the ThePokéMonarch. We start with Lady Debug adding Microcoder, going to Code Talker, add the Cynet Conflict and sets Book of Moon and a Cynet Conflict and passes. He starts with Oviraptor, we Ash it, no Misk to respond, he just passes. We normal summon Skipper, Link Shokan, Transcode Talker, add a Gatchiri Antagonistor, Link Shokan into Shooting Code Talker, use Gatchiri, go into Access Code Talker, we have Gatchiri for protection, also the targeting protection, we destroy Oviraptor and we go in for lethal. Finishing the episode with a 4-0 score. If it wasn't by the lost footage, this would have been the perfect episode that we were hunting for. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching to this point, for subscribing to the channel, commenting, liking the video. It really helps, it really motivates me to continue. Also, I didn't talk about it in the introduction, but we have a Discord server now. The link is on the description, so make sure to join the server. I normally will be requesting matches there. These were special because it was against all these other YouTubers. The link for all their channels is on the description, and I want to thank the guys for having the time, for having these games. That's it. Once again, sorry about the footage. Won't happen again. Yeah, no, it won't. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. Let's go into the VRAINS, logging out.